To bring out our team captains for a mid-match interview. NATO and Jules come out from Team Microsoft on the right and Zynga on the left. NATO, you had the epic all-in game one. Was there any point at which you thought you were going to lose?
You know, right before the match, I wasn't sure if the nerves were going to get to me because I haven't played in this kind of setting before. But then when it started, everything went exactly how I thought it would, so yeah.
Nice. And now that your team is up 2-0, how's the confidence level doing? Is the team morale up? Tell us a little bit about the team spirit right now.
We're having an absolute great time. This is a great event. We're having so much fun, and especially since we're pretty much guaranteed to win at this point. Our next two players are way, way better than me or Aristotle that just played, so.
And of course, the important question, are you guys having fun too? We take fun very seriously at Day 9 TV. Now, Jules, you will be the next player going out against one of the top-ranked players from Microsoft. How are you feeling at this point?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm pretty confident. For no particular reason. That sounded like a good answer, so.
Nice. Now, do you think Zynga has what it takes to make the comeback at this point?
Absolutely. We've done reverse all kills in the past, and well, that would require me losing in this next game, so like one short of that would be good.
Well, gentlemen, shake hands again because you're still battling and we're still gentlemen here. Let us now head to the commentary booth and progress into match 3 of the AHGL finals. Husky, here I come, man. Here I come. Day 9.
And I'm Husky Sean. The crowd is amped.
Oh, the crowd is awesome tonight. Hi, guys. You guys rule.
I'm still debating if crowd surfing at a nerd event is ever a good idea. And I have yet to see it attempted. So.
Well, I promise that at the next event, we will make sure there's a tree nearby that people can climb up and then jump off and crowd surf. Because, again, we take fun very seriously
Sean.
At Day 9 TV. So it looks like we now have Megamix Bear, who is remotely playing from Microsoft. There are actually 3 players today who were unable to come out. But that's fine because you know what? With the powers of the internet, big props to the person who invented that, helping make StarCraft 2 possible.
Yes, the internet does make StarCraft 2 a lot more enjoyable, I would say. And it does look like one player is in the game right now. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the map here. It is going to be Backwater Gulch, which is a map that isn't used as much in tournaments, so it is on ladder, though, and that does mean the players can practice it very easily right there. Do you have any thoughts about this map, Sean?
Well, as we look at the map, we see that for a Zerg player, the expansions are very awkwardly placed until you start knocking down those destructible rocks, and then you end up being in very solid shape to do a lot of counterattacks. But you really kind of have to do the counterattacks to be in good shape because all those crevasses are so tightly packed that it ends up being really hard to squeeze around. Colossus, Stalker, any Protoss army can easily block you.
And also there is going to be the high ground near that 3rd base, which is always, I've seen people use cannons up there to try and lock down expansions. I've seen players put proxy pylons just to warp in stalkers and abuse it with blink. So that can definitely come into effect here, and we're still going to be waiting on that last player. But I was talking to some of the players before the game. They both seem confident. Our Protoss player hadn't decided on a strategy yet, so we'll see.
Looks like he's going to be winging it. You know, let's go ahead and jump into those 2 players. The first player from Team Microsoft playing under the name Megamix Bear. He's a software engineer who's actually been playing a variety of different races throughout the season, has played a little bit of Zerg, a little bit of Protoss, some Terran has crept in there sometimes. So very difficult to predict what's going to be coming out of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we'll go ahead and look at the next player as well, as soon as we get that one queued up, he is the one I was talking to, and we'll see exactly what he's going to decide to do in the game. There he is right there, representing Farmville and Zynga. And what? Lots of Zynga pride here right now. And what other hobbies do you have? And he says, are you implying that StarCraft is a hobby? Please, StarCraft is a lifestyle.
That is absolutely true. Because if you'd like to see two nerds who have had StarCraft as a lifestyle, just wait till the camera comes back on us.
Yeah,
because
that's
few
true.
things are better than being here on a Friday night doing a little bit of StarCraft casting.
Oh, absolutely, Sean. I am going to be jealous of whoever wins this giant diamond-encrusted diamond, as it is absolutely awesome, an amazing trophy there.
There it is. There is the diamond trophy. Again,
Yes,
this is it weighs like 100 pounds, but I'm so strong I can still pick it up.
So true, Nerd Arms, man. But it's only in your right hand. That is the mouse-clicking hand. That is the one that you need the most muscles in. So I guess people are just going to make horrible jokes immediately.
So, you know, it looks like our two players are in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Number 3, the countdown has begun. The boomsticks are out of control. And again, if you're just joining us, this is game number 3. And we're going to be having Microsoft up 2-0. So definitely looking to cause some pain here. And Sean, who are we looking at right now? In the bottom left corner from Team Microsoft, one of the best players on their teams, it is Megamix Bear. Wow, man, Team Microsoft Pride, you know what they're doing? They're just sitting back, sipping on their Red Bulls. That's no big deal. We're up 2-0. It's cool, baby.
Yeah, big deal, bro. But what is a big deal is Team Zynga needs to make a comeback here in the top left side. It is Jules and Zynga. Are you guys still around? I feel like their entire company is in attendance here, as they have by far been the most rambunctious people here, which is awesome. And right now, Jules is going to be throwing down that pylon at his entrance. Sean, what do you think? Is this going to be a good idea? Is he going to try and wall in on this map?
You know, I definitely think that going for any sort of 3-gate expand is great on this map. It's very difficult to figure out where you're supposed to wall off. On the front, it has this weird little cactus valley there that's you're going to have to wall in both sides. So getting units early on always makes a lot more sense. We see the bear in the bottom left has not yet made any notable move. No pool, no expand, but it's going to be the big deciding moment coming up. In fact, if you go for hatch first, it is always possible to throw down a forge immediately upon seeing the hatch and still do a delayed cannon rush successfully. And I'm actually not saying that to try to joke. Like, a lot of good players do the delayed cannon rush against the early expand, and it's super effective. So there is the pool going down. Looks like we're seeing a very standard opening from the Zerg.
Yeah, we're going to see if Jules, who, while it may look like he's a Zerg player, if you're just looking at the top, he is indeed a Protoss player, is going to be getting down that gateway right now. And oh no, he killed the coveted Lyot.
Oh my God, the corpse there. Oh my gosh, and Megamix Bear.
I don't know if you agree, Sean, but I think that looks extremely like a Pokemon. I think it's the Houndoom, but he was able to kill it there with his Probe's lightning attack, and we'll see if he's going to be able to. Oh, he's going to wall in here before getting that Zealot. Does throw down the Cybernetics core. Apparently, he scouted around and was confident that there's not going to be Zerglings there super early at his base. I would not be surprised to see a Zealot on the way as soon as he has enough minerals for that, as you can use one Zealot to kind of block off that entrance. We also have the second gas going down right now for our Protoss player, and the Overlord is slowly sneaking inside the Protoss base, so Jules most likely won't get a chance to actually shoot this down. The Zealot has just now begun. And any predictions on this second pretty early gas here from Jules?
You know, Jules looks like he's gearing up to do the very standard 3-gate way expand. Needs to begin racking that gas up so we can increase that sentry count to defend all these funky angles you can come at in the early games. So we do see Jules now chrono boosting his Cybernetics core, has not really yet made any commitment. We could potentially see a Twilight Council for some fast DTs, but you know, I think that's a very risky play at this point. If you go for fast DTs in this spot, this Overlord can always come floating back in and spot your dubious plans.
Yeah, and at this point, I love the way you say dubious. That is absolutely amazing. But he does have a sentry on the way, and this is going to be utilized just to hold off any sort of early roach pressure or anything like that. This is one of those maps where you can easily force field that ramp, preventing those roaches from doing too much damage. We did see on this map the utilization of Overlords to spot the high ground to try and knock down those buildings. And at this point, we're just waiting to see exactly what Jules has planned. I mean, he does have a sentry on the field right now, but of course, they are just the tickler unit. It's not going to be able to prevent the Overlord from scouting too much. He does not have a stalker or anything like that, so Sean, it is a pretty good prediction here. If he throws down 2 more gateways there, I wouldn't be too surprised at all. The Queen now moving down to the expansion of Bear right there in the and he's getting a spine collar as well. Looks like he's worried about a little bit of early pressure here, but these spawn locations, Sean, are pretty darn close. So either player could put on, you know, some sort of pressure at any moment.
And if we look at the money rate right now, we do see there's the, oh, it's going to be a delayed 4-gate by Jules.
Yeah, throwing down 3 right there to hide it in the right side, and he's making it look like he's going to fast expand here. He does kill out that Zergling. This is so standard for Zerg players to leave one Zergling there to spot it. We do have a Roach Warren on the way right now, though, and that is going to be a pretty good way to help prevent this. The pylon is going to be going down right here, so this could be a pretty good response with these Roaches if our Zerg player Mega... How do you say it, Sean?
Mega Mix Bear.
Mega Mix. That U is throwing me off every single time. But yeah, he should be, I mean, the spine collar placement's really good, and depending on how many roaches he makes here, this could prove to be pretty effective.
Now, it looks like there's going to be enough money for Jules to throw down the expand. Looks like he is not going to be doing that. We do see this Overlord parked at the back. May yet be able to sneak in. And, you know, I'm thinking about what you were saying before the match that Jules has not yet selected a strategy. And whenever you're in these pressure-filled situations, you often have this uncontrollable urge to cheese, to just end the game immediately. Jules looks like he is going for that right now, warping in more Stalkers. We see that he has halted pro production, has enough supply for another warp, and there's the forward pylon. Does Zerg have any idea about it?
I don't know, Sean, but right now he only has 16 Zerglings on the way and 1 Roach being produced. Here comes right now. This Queen is going to get completely caught out of position. Can he get a free kill here? These Queens are so crucial for the early defense. Here comes the attack right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more Stalkers. Force fields the ramp, and he is going to put on some pressure here. Can he continue to force field the ramp? Although, is this going to be enough, Sean? He does focus down the spine collar, but doing a force field right there is going to delay his output.
There's
and
a
Zerglings can get down. He is going to snipe the Overlord, so our Zerg player is completely supply blocked here. And an Overlord has just begun being produced, Sean, so there's not going to be much more to hold this off. This is a lot of Stalkers, a lot of sentries. They can continue to force field the ramp here. And
nice
this is going to be tough.
And it looks like we do have 5 Roaches coming out, but we'd see a continued forward pylon placement by Jules. He might be able to mark down the first win for Team Zynga. He's up against one of the best players from Team Microsoft, and now he's picking off Overlord.
The force field got trapped. The Queen has nowhere to go. Is he going to be able to do a lot of damage here, Sean? The Roaches are now on the field. They have ran down the ramp, and those drones did not get away, but this means that they are not mining. They're not able to get us around quite yet. Here comes Stalkers right now. It is 52 supply to 48. He's focusing down the Roaches here, Sean. He does look to be in a pretty good spot. There goes another Queen as well.
And we see more Stalkers approaching the front lines and blocks them off. Moving forward field, and you can just plant the Stalkers at the ramp.
You know,
and
Sean,
Jules, with a very oddly timed delayed 4-gate, looks like he has caught Mega Mix Bear off guard. Still trying to produce Roaches, picking off the Overlord. And oh no, he's supply blocked.
Supply blocked again. Gonna be hunting down another Overlord. And Sean, who needs force fields when you have Stalkers that can hold position on the ramp? He's doing that again. Here comes drones being pulled offline, even if it gets perfect round. It looks like force fields could reduce the incoming damage. It does indeed. The drone count is going to get whittled down. They are doing a surprising amount of damage, as Stalkers don't do a lot of upfront damage versus these light units. But at this point, I mean, I think you're gonna win this, Sean.
Wow, and it looks like he's storming in. 6 moves left, and there's the good game. Zynga. Oh, look at the right Jules. He's unbelievably happy. He has just taken the win for Team Zynga. He can't even get out. He's locked in.
He's stuck.
And now he emerges victorious. The crowd is going absolutely insane.
I can't even hear what you're saying right now, Sean. There he goes.
Oh, that's right into the lights.
It's okay. He no longer needs to be alive. He has already served his purpose. There we go. And there they are. That is Team Zynga over there, Sean.
Wow, Zynga celebrating like they actually just won, but that's just their first win on the table right now. And again, that delayed 4-gate timing threw the Zerg player off enough.
Yep,
So
Sean.
he just powered a little bit too much.
Yeah, and I mean, their spawns are so close, a Zerg player is going to have a really tough time in that situation because you need to react very quickly. And the spawns are just so close on that map, especially when they spawn in that location. I mean, getting a natural as a Zerg, you're even closer to your opponent. So even if it was delayed, I think it's still going to be tough if he doesn't get the Roaches soon enough. And I think he made 1 wave of drones too many, and it just was not enough. Plus, force fields on the ramp, always a good way to prevent the reinforcements.
Excuse me, oh my gosh, I'm allergic to dead Lyote, excuse me. Now, you know, if we actually pop back into the game and briefly look at how that 4-gate went, if we take a look at Microsoft's vision, there's the death up at the front, vision-wise, just has this 1 Overlord floating at the top. And what you'll note is that only right now are all the warp gates finishing up, and actually 4 warp gates generally come at around 6 minutes.
Yeah.
That's when this Zergling would really begin to see a huge influx of units, and we're seeing Mega Mix Bear just nail every larva inject The spirit of Rhett is within him. And you'll notice that this timing came right at 7 minutes. You see all the larvae just popped off. The Zerglings are about to hatch, and then here comes the money plant on the force field. And from that very moment, again, it's waiting. It's like right when Warp Gate finishes, you count to 20, and then you attack. And unless your opponent is really looking hard for it, he can get caught off guard, which is exactly what we saw. Yeah, he did have one spine crawler in position there, but a lot of times you see a Protoss player actually, if there's too many spine crawlers, attempt to run up the ramp and then force field there to prevent reinforcements from coming from the natural. But he had a good read there. He saw that, well, there was a time to move in and go ahead and take that out. So it is now a series, Sean. It is 2-1. That is absolutely true. Now, we will be taking just a 1 to 2 minute break as we let these players set up. When we come back, we're going to be giving away some more prizes, doing a couple more announcements for what will be going on in the rest of the evening. Yes. And where are we at right now, Husky? We are at Facebook headquarters. How baller status is that? I know. Big shout out to Facebook, one of the instrumental parties in helping AHGL come together, allowing us to actually have a venue to have it. We no longer have to live in virtual space. We get to see all these people brought together by this awesome game. And also, if you have a Facebook account, go post on it right now that you are watching the AHGL. Go tell all your family and friends. Trust me, your grandmother cares about StarCraft. She just does not know it yet. I know, that is true. There's Team Microsoft. Though their player recently lost, they're still up 2-1. They still can close the win with just 2 more sets in their favor. So now it's time to take that brief break, and when we come back, it's going to be game number 4 of the After Hours Gaming League Grand Final between Microsoft up 2-1 against Zynga.